Praise be Jesus Christ. I just finished reading Dr. Taylor Marshall's book, Infiltration. In this book, Dr. Marshall goes through the last century and a half and kind of highlights how secular humanism has infiltrated the church. And this is a secular humanism that's hostile to the lordship of Jesus Christ. Fascinating read. It's the first time I read something written by a traditional Catholic, and so it helped me to understand the thinking of traditional Catholics. Dr. Taylor Marshall, in his interviews, he speaks about having a filial love and respect for the Pope, but he also in his book speaks about resisting some of what the Pope seems to be bringing into the church. And he quotes Galatians chapter 2 verse 11. Paul says, "When however Cephas," Peter the Pope, "came to Antioch, I resisted him to his face because he was to be blamed." And then Taylor Marshall goes on to say, here St. Paul recognizes the authority of Cephas, St. Peter, so we're supposed to recognize the authority of the Pope as valid and true Pope, but resists him in defense of the gospel. And I think, we're meeting a lot of people who are good devout Catholics, faithful Catholics, have been just so content, inspired by Pope John Paul II, Pope Benedict, and now with Pope Francis. One of the most common things I'm hearing is people are saying, I don't understand why he puts so many questionable people in positions of authority. And I think if there's one thing I would love to offer to Pope Francis, you could say to resist him, is just the questionable people that are being put in positions of authority in the church. And especially, right now in the Catholic Church, we're seeing a lot of immorality among the clergy, and a specific type of immorality. And when people, bishops or cardinals, are put in positions of authority who are kind of sympathetic to this particular type of immorality, even trying to normalize this particular type of immorality, it causes our heads to spin as devout Catholics who believe in the doctrines of the Catholic Church and also the moral teaching of the Church. And a lot of people say, yeah, but we don't care about your opinion. Or lay people, you shouldn't express your opinion because you don't know all the details. You should just pray, pay, and obey. Now, that's not what the Catechism of the Catholic Church says, okay? Catechism of the Catholic Church, paragraph 907. Check this out. In accord with the knowledge, competence, and preeminence which they possess, lay people have the right, and even at times a duty, to manifest to the sacred pastors their opinion on matters which pertain to the good of the church. And they have a right to make their opinion known to other Christian faithful, with due regard to the integrity of faith and morals and reverence toward their pastors, and with consideration for the common good and the dignity of persons. And so, we love the Holy Father, but I think on this particular point of the appointment of questionable leaders in positions of authority of the church who seem to be promoting a loosening of Catholic morality, in particular in a particular area of Catholic morality that's ravaging, or rather immorality that's ravaging the Catholic Church right now. I think it's fair to resist that tendency and let the world know. Viva Cristo.